how were you as filmmakers able to stay both as co-directors in sync with one another, and also to know where on the ice, the puck was moving to, so that you could figure out, oh, wait, we got to get over here. Oh, we got to, because I could see it being with the weather and with everything else. And I live in New York, so I know how intense those 5 a.m.s can be, particularly out at JFK. How you're dealing with so many elements. How did you figure out? How did you collaborate, and how did you figure out where to point the camera at any given day?
I mean, I think the really great thing about my collaboration with Brett is that we share a lot of very similar political convictions, and as well as aesthetic. I think that there was a real belief that the film needed to kind of interpolate individual and also collective stories. That this idea of the whole was something that we were trying to understand. What was the dimension of and characteristic of this growing collective movement, and what did the sort of individual transformations that people were going through speak about what was at stake and at hand. And I think structurally also, while there were, of course, with 600 hours of footage filmed over a span of 3 years, there's going to be a lot to sort of discuss and debate. But I think ultimately we always knew, and our larger team of collaborators all always agreed that, we had to be saying something about the systems and structures at hand, simultaneous to the specific story.
Yeah, and I think one of the great things about filmmaking being so collaborative is that it becomes really important to have a kind of diversity of perspective while also having a unity of vision. And as Steve said, I think we were so connected and so in sync with each other on the crucial sort of big picture things. And then, Steve was really embedded because he's local, really embedded with the ALU alongside our DP, Martin. And I was sort of in and out of the city. And part of that was, I think, actually to great benefit of the film, because Steve would be really, in the middle of so much detail, and then would call me up and we would talk through what was going on, how that could connect or not connect to the bigger story we were telling. And it's sort of like the relationship one has with their editor, or, with their producers, key members. It's really just a kind of people to have conversations with about what you're seeing, how it's making you feel, what it's making you think, what to follow and not follow. And I think this collaboration really benefited from both a kind of sense that we're, as a team, not even just the two of us, but as broader team, really in line with how we understood what this film was about, on a thematic level, and why we were the right people to tell the story, but also a kind of diversity of